Mashed potatoes and chicken. Here. Mashed potatoes and chicken. Mashed potatoes and chicken.
I can't.
Mashed potatoes and chicken.
I'll get fired.
Slice, please. Why is that? Why is that?
You're gonna have to pay me when I take my picture. You're gonna have to pay me to take my picture.
Yeah?
You got something you want to say to the world? You're walking away like you got a little shame in your game here, bud.
Starting us off at number 10 is mask hole Karen. Do you guys remember that Karen who cut a hole in her mask so that she could breathe more easily?
How you doing?
Pretty good. I need 10 on pump one, please.
Where'd you get that mask from?
Well, since we have to wear them and it makes it harder to breathe, this makes it a lot easier to breathe.
Cutting it? Yeah, I'll do that too.
Well, firstly, she was fully ridiculed online for cutting a hole in her mask, and rightfully so. But then she actually came back to the same store with a proper mask on, with an attitude as if she had won or was in the right or something. And then when she tried to get mad at the guy for recording her, he called her out and said that legally he's allowed to record in public, which he is.
I'm allowed to record in public, but I see it worked. You didn't cut your mask anymore. So
That's because we have to wear the things, but this still gives you the right to record this.
Just the fact that she first felt vindicated in wearing a mask with a breathing hole in it, only to switch up when she realized the repercussions, then when she tried to bring the whole law into it, she was again proven wrong. We love to see it. Sit your ass down, Karen.
In our 9th spot, we have Walmart Karen. Walmart, the breeding grounds of Karens. So this story was posted on Reddit by the user SheWolfGod1998. The user said that she used to work the overnight shift at Walmart, but decided to quit because it was proving to be too difficult for her. So that day she went over to Walmart to return her vest and badge. And that's when she encountered a Karen. The Karen demanded that she help her carry a heavy TV out to her car. The woman tried to explain to her that she no longer worked there, but Karen called her a liar, saying she remembers seeing her there. She then goes on to explain that she quit, but Karen just keeps thinking that she's lying and ends up going to her manager to report her. When the manager also explains that she quit, Karen freaks out, calling everyone a liar. Like, holy, just take a chill pill, Karen.
Coming in at number 8, we have Thor's Hammer Male Karen. Someone on Reddit wrote about how they used to be a manager at a Halloween store. We all know the vibe, something like a Spirit Halloween Supplies. Well, he was working one day and he just heard someone screaming in the store. He walked to find out what was going on, and he found a grown man who was furious because he found a Thor's hammer that was for a costume and didn't have that piece of leather attached to the hilt of the hammer. He told the guy that he could grab another one that had the leather on it if he wanted and just replace the hammers. But this guy continued to scream and demanded to speak with the manager. The funny thing is, he was already speaking with the manager. Well, this male Karen slammed the hammer on the ground and it shattered, and then he stormed out. The manager called the police and they had to go arrest this dude over a $12 plastic hammer. Coming in at number 7, we have male Karen comes for rent. So with the COVID-19 virus, a lot of people have had their rent frozen because it's kind of hard to pay for rent when you don't have a job because your job was decimated by the virus, and if you go to work, you could literally die. Also, if the government freezes your rent, you're allowed to miss a few payments. Well, a male Karen didn't agree with this, and he decided that he would go to his tenant's house and try and force his way into their apartment. When the tenant told him that he had to leave and he wasn't allowed to just barge into their home, he decided that he was going to put his tenant in a headlock and try and forcibly remove him from the property. The tenant's girlfriend was there and filmed this whole thing, and of course the police arrived shortly after. This led to the landlord being arrested while screaming "No!" as the cops took him away. Coming at number 6, we have male Karen with a baton. A male Karen waits beside a driver's car who he felt was parked too close to him. When the guy comes back to his car, he springs out with a baton in his hand ready to attack the guy. Like, what on earth are you thinking? You get to beat a man because of a bad parking job? Well, this male Karen starts threatening the driver, telling him he's going to beat the hell out of him without even explaining what's going on. The driver has to ask this male Karen like 5 times what's happening before he finally says it's because you don't know how to park. When the driver realizes what this is about, he calmly says, "I can move my car," and the male Karen just starts yelling at full volume, cocking back the baton like he's gonna crack the guy in the head. Eventually the driver gets into his car and the Karen starts sitting on his back bumper so the driver can't leave. So he just turns up his music so he can't hear the guy and just waits for him to get off his car. Honestly, if this happened to me and I had enough good podcasts downloaded, I could wait there forever.
We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with measuring measuring tape Karen. Another huge freak out by a Karen. So in order to make sure people were physically distancing, this Karen brought a measuring tape with her to the beach. In this video posted by Wild Mountain Frenzy, we see Karen going berserk over two women minding their own business. She's screaming at them, holding her measuring tape, while a man she was with holds her back. Apparently, she's a nurse and wanted the two to move further away from her, but she didn't get her way and ended up being dragged away by the man, while she let out this very primal-like shriek. Meanwhile, the girls are just sunbathing totally unbothered, and they were pretty far away from Karen. I bet this Karen purposely wanted to start drama. Like, she probably checked her calendar and was like, what day is it today? It has been 12 hours since I last screamed at someone, okay? Where are we going today, sweetie? The beach? Bringing my measuring tape. Perfect.
Then stay home.
We do too. I brought this into my family. Get out of here.
We do too. We do too.
Okay,
I'm recording you.
Get out of here.
Record her. I am recording her. Goodness sakes.
Moving on to number 4, we have photographer Karen. I wish there was a warning for this next video, because I put my headphones on and nearly burst an eardrum listening to it. So this video from Steph Brazil on TikTok shows Karen screeching like a bird at the top of her lungs. She's yelling at some photographers for taking photos, aka for doing their job. And I'm not kidding when I say she was yelling the entire time. She screams at them to give them their names and cameras. She even asked for their photography card, as if they need a license to take photos in that area. She claims that they are trespassing, taking illegal photos, and that they've been yelled at, so they have to stop. Honestly, it seems like Karen woke up on the wrong side of the bed and she was just itching to have a screaming war with someone. Probably driving around until she spots a victim.
Get off the steps now! I want the camera out! Who gave you permission? I need your names! What's your name and number, Norma Kay? You come here all the time!
I have never been here in my life.
That's a lie! Now give me the film and the camera!
In our third spot, we have Mall Karen. Posted by Janessa Bieber, her and her friends were at the mall filming a TikTok when Karen walks by and so happens to be caught in the background of the video. Karen, with her blonde dyed hair and AirPods, then gets upset, saying that it's illegal to take pictures of people when they don't give their consent. She wants the girls to either delete the photo or she will, and I quote, talk to someone about pursuing something. Ooh, so threatening. You better delete that photo or I'll talk to someone and they'll do something about it. Now, here's the kicker. The girls don't delete the video, so Karen decides to go to security. So she takes out her phone and takes a picture of the girl so she knows how to describe her to security. Hold on a minute. Did you just do the exact thing you told them that it was illegal to do? Man, if I was the security guard dealing with Karen, I'd be like, seriously ma'am, just go home. It's not worth it.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's illegal to take pictures of people that they don't have to give you permission. So,
Good to know.
do you want to delete it now, or do you want me to talk to someone about pursuing something with you since it's illegal what you just did? You can talk to security if you want. Okay, let's go. Just get a picture of you. Very nice. And I will go send that to security, and they will be out here shortly.
Coming in at number 2, we have Lunk Alarm. Here's the thing, if you really want to get a good workout in, don't go to Planet Fitness. You guys might not know this, but Planet Fitness is a gym that doesn't want you to work out hard. It's a very strange concept. If you're grunting when you work out or slamming weights, they will buzz something called the Lunk Alarm that can be heard throughout the whole gym. It sounds like a siren. And I don't know why it's like this, but it is. So this guy was working out a little too hard and they buzzed the alarm and then he got mad. But he shouldn't have been there in the first place. Now the part that makes him a male Karen is how he reacts. And finally we have time to fight. Now this next clip does not take place in a gym, but it's at a bodybuilding show, so it has jack dudes freaking out, and I feel like that's what everyone came here for today. To be honest, I don't really know what went down in this video. It seems like a bodybuilder on stage is having some sort of argument with one of the judges, and then he just jumps off the stage and the whole thing turns into an all-out brawl. It's actually kind of insane.
Starting off this countdown, we have driver's license Karen. This has got to be one of the funniest Karen encounters out there. So a woman and some kids were out at a park when a Karen approached her and complained that her kids were driving a car without a license. Now I too would be concerned if a little 4-year-old was behind the wheel of an SUV. But the car he was driving was a toy vehicle that doesn't go more than 5 miles per hour. The woman yells at her saying that the kids are driving all over the place. Then she says, "What bothers me is you have a little kid in here and he doesn't have a driver's license." So this Karen was literally freaking out because a kid was driving a toy car without a license. Like, honey, it doesn't require you to have one. Like, what's that little car gonna do? Maybe it'll bruise an ankle if it drives into you. Just Karen literally can't have fun, and then she'll just go and try and stop others from having fun.
That's what the park is for.
I never saw a car in here before.
It's a Power Wheel
It
car,
doesn't
man.
bother me. What bothers me is you have a little kid in here that doesn't have a driver's license. He's just a little kid and you're not with him.
Coming in at number 9 is LSU Skatepark Karen. This Karen really got mad at a group of teenagers for cursing at a skate park and just started yelling at them.
Any profanity comes out of any of y'all's mouths, there is a rule that says no profanity. There's a city policeman sitting right over there, and y'all will go to juvenile court.
They're not even swearing at a random person. They're literally just swearing, having a laugh with some friends. It honestly seems like a scene straight out of Footloose. No profanities! It's not the only thing skater kids even do, skate and swear. Actually, producer Chris is a skater boy. What do you think? Is it true or false? No, guys, I'm sorry, I stereotyped. It's completely wrong. Either way, but oh my god, first she threatens to get the cops involved, then she threatens to tell his mom, and then she tries to get their respect, get on their level by saying, "You've been served, my man." Kids around her are just like laughing and imitating her, and I think she thinks she's gotten their approval when she really hasn't. This is honestly like when people comment that I'm trying to be hip and cool by using slang. Like, if you think me, a 23-year-old, is uncool for using slang, this Karen must be on another level of cringe. Surely I can't be more cringe than her. Surely. Now, if anyone here got served, it was you, Karen. Sorry to break it to you. Life sucks. At number 8, we have a driving enforcement Karen. Not gonna lie, I saw this video on Top 10 Central for a Karen video we did, and I actually died at this. So this Karen sees this little kid driving the little kiddie car and decides to lay down the law for a driving violation.
It's a Power Wheel
It
car,
doesn't
man.
bother me. What bothers me is you have a little kid in here that doesn't have a driver's license. He's just a little kid and you're not with him.
This Karen tried to get kids in trouble for not having a driver's license when they're driving a kiddie car that cannot hurt anyone and is like the height of your knee. Like, who even does that? Even if they ran someone over, it'd be like their foot at best, which I think they could recover from, no problem. I know it'll be tough, but I think they can manage. I don't think anything formal actually happened to her because the whole situation is just ridiculous to begin with, so I'm just gonna end it there. Filling at number 7 slot is Fangirl Karen. This honestly makes me laugh so hard. This Karen was so passionate about an author and so mad that the bookstore didn't have his newest book that she threw a whole hissy fit. It's like how I felt about Jacqueline Wilson when I was younger, but then again her books were in every bookstore and abundantly so. Oh, such a good author, honestly. Taught me so much as a kid. Anyway, she really thought she was onto something here when she harassed not just an employee but an entire Barnes & Noble store, all because they didn't know who Paul Sheldon was.
What kind of cockadoodie bookstore is this? That you don't even know Paul Sheldon? Let me tell you something. I am Paul Sheldon's #1 fan.
I still don't know who Paul Sheldon is, but I don't want to say that within a 2-mile radius of this Karen because she will most likely try to maul me or speak to my manager, which is my mum. And If my mum gets involved, this Karen is gonna get her ass handed to her. Like mother like daughter, you guys. Now again, I don't think anything really happened to her other than complete humiliation, which is good enough for me. I just can't get over how flabbergasted she is that nobody knows or cares who Paul Sheldon is. I think he is big. I just don't know who he is. Sorry to Paul Sheldon.
Coming in at number 5, we have male Karen tries to control the air. This male Karen wants to control anything that goes in the sky, and he thinks he can come onto a public beach where there are no people and try and tell someone that they are not allowed to fly a drone. Now, I would understand if the drone was being flown over people and they didn't like the drone coming close to them, or if they were worried that the drone was taking pictures of them, but that is not the case. This one is flying over no one, and this Karen comes out and tries to shut them down.
This is a public beach. And
again, it's against FAA regulations.
There's no FAA regulations. This is unrestricted airspace.
Okay, I'll tell you what, if you don't ground them,
I am not going to fly again. I'm not going to.
I love how he tries to say that it's restricted airspace like he's some sort of army commander. Like bro, there's nothing going on here where you need to use the words restricted airspace. And if you were to check out the whole clip, the guy flying the drone has already inspected to see if he was allowed to fly the drone. And guess what? He is. This male Karen thinks he can command the skies like he's Zeus himself. Coming in at number 4, we have male Karen hates music. There is a band performing in the streets and they are legally allowed to do so. They have all the right permits and everything, but this male Karen thinks that because he doesn't like the music, he can shut the whole thing down. There's a massive crowd around this band and everyone is loving the music, and then he comes up and starts unplugging their instruments. Luckily, these musicians are very cool and politely ask him to leave. He doesn't leave, and then the crowd starts to turn on him. They're about to tear this dude apart, and then the police arrive and stop everyone from ending this dude, and they also remove the male Karen. This guy was so lucky because most musicians would cave your head in for touching their stuff, and if it wasn't going to be them, the crowd was seconds away from dragging this man through the streets. Coming in at number 3, we have phone call male Karen. A customer service rep is trying to talk to a guy on the phone, but the guy on the phone goes full male Karen and loses his mind. The guy is just trying to figure out what's wrong and he won't even let the customer service rep speak. I don't know how you're supposed to get any help from a person who's talking to you if they can't get a word in.
Hey man,
why should I pay money to your company, sir, when you can't do your job? When you abuse people, that's part of your job, sir.
Alright man.
Also, it's not good to argue with people on the phone because they can just hang up on you and they are for sure laughing at you on the other end. You're never going to get what you want when you're talking to people like this.
In our second spot, we have Smoothie Karen. This next Karen was caught on video by a guy named Corey Hill here on YouTube. So it was New Year's Day and Corey was enjoying his smoothie when a Karen started harassing the poor worker. Now, Karen was all over the place, so it was hard to really figure out what went down, but this is what I could gather. Karen came in asking to use the bathroom, but the washrooms are for paying customers only. So she tried to pay for a smoothie, but the worker couldn't take her order right then because he was busy making another customer's smoothie. That's when Karen goes on a fit, insulting the guy and saying it's terrible customer service. Seriously, it's New Year's Day, and the worker was probably like, new year, new me. And then she comes in and just completely ruins his day. Like, damn, what a way to start the new year. But the best part in this video is right at the end when Karen tries to exit using the indoor, and the door just doesn't budge and Karen just looks like an idiot. So, karma.
I asked you for Corporate number. I want to give me Corporate number, please. I would like Corporate number, please. You work here? You don't know? You don't read a handbook? You don't know Corporate number?
And in our number 1 spot, we have Pizza Karen. So in Karen's eyes, the world revolves around them. They are above the law and all others. Hence why they don't need to wear masks and why they feel like they have the right to do whatever they want. So in this next video, Karen enters a pizza place without a mask on. She then goes on a huge fit when the workers refuse to give her her pizza because she's not wearing a mask. But Karen goes on saying that she has the right to speak her mind and the right to see others' lips. Yeah, that one's kind of weird. She continues on saying that the store is violating her rights. She has the right to pizza and the right to not wear a mask. Then she pulls the whole medical disability card as an excuse for not wearing her mask, but they don't fall for that BS. Eventually, Karen leaves and gets into her car, and her husband sticks his head out and says, "Show me the law, you can't." Like, geez, we got Karen and what's the male version of Karen? Ken? I don't know. Is there one? I think there is. Karen and Ken? Maybe. I don't know.
To get my order, and I have a right.
If you get any closer to me, you're going to have a right on that floor.
And if you have the right to refuse service to any person for any reason. No, we don't. Yes, we don't.
Coming in at number 10, we have Roid Rager attacks a teen. This is probably one of the most famous gym freakouts I have ever seen. It's a perfect way to kick off this list. This took place at a gym in Montreal. A teenager was deadlifting, and frankly, he's doing a great job. He's got really good form, and he's set up in an area in the corner of the gym, not getting in anyone's way, and then some random dude comes up to him and steps on his weight because he thinks he's lifting too loud. Okay, there's so much wrong with this. First of all, that is one of the most dangerous things you can do to someone when they are lifting. He could have ruined this kid's knees and back. Then you have the fact that this dude doesn't even work at the gym and he's trying to kick this dude out of the gym. On top of this, he gets physical with the kid later in the video and pushes him, trying to force him out of the gym. This is a full-grown man going at some kid. The good news is that this video went so viral that everyone knows this idiot's face and he'll be shamed out of working out publicly ever again. Coming in at number 9, we have ego lifting. Here's something very common that everyone who goes to the gym will understand. Someone who can't lift the weight they're trying to move, so they lift it very awkwardly or they slam the weight down super hard. Well, this male Karen at the gym was lifting on the Smith press, which is basically a guided squat rack that can act as your spotter. And he was lifting too much weight and letting it slam down on the machine. The employees asked him not to do that, and then he continued, and then we got here.
I can use barbell. I'm not talking to you.
You're gonna mess up the machine, man.
If I mess it up, I'll buy it.
You'll buy it?
I'll buy it.
You know how much
If I break it, I'll buy it. Yeah, I know how much they are.
It's so funny because even the people around him start telling him that he's not lifting right, but he still sticks to his guns and he doesn't want to let it go. He leaves the gym trying to say the employee was jealous of him and that's why he's kicking him out. Actually, dude, it's because you're just being a dork at the gym. Coming in at number 8, we have Gym Spaz demands a refund. Here's the thing about some male Karens who use the gym. They like to treat the gym like they are the only ones in there. They think that because they paid, they get to come in and treat everyone as if they are their servants, and they think that they can disrespect everyone else at the gym. Well, the gym finally had enough. The employee told this member of the gym that their membership had been cancelled, and he also breaks down all the reasons why. He tells them that he's always slamming his weights, that he's rude to the staff, he's rude to the other people at the gym, he gets in fights with people outside the gym, and on top of that, he almost hit someone with his car. To this, the male Karen says, "What? I can't do things outside the gym? Are you a Nazi?" And then we have this interaction.
I don't care about your gym. Have your gym.
Okay. His name
Go
is
ahead,
Justin
keep it.
Huff. He's called you and left you a message. His phone
Justin
number
Huff is a
on
piece. I need my refund right now.
Okay, his phone number is there.
I
He's
need
the
my
one that
refund
can
right
go
now.
ahead
He starts demanding a refund, and the guy is telling him how he can get the refund, but he thinks he's entitled to it right now. Well, here's the thing, dude. You don't get to disrespect everyone around you and continue to get your way. Sorry, baby doesn't get his bottle today.
Now at number 6 is childish Karen, which could technically apply to every single one on the list. Honestly, just so childish. Basically, this Karen stops to tell somebody they're a bad driver. I don't know how that's her business and why she felt this overwhelming urge to go insult someone, but she did. Whatever, stranger things have definitely happened. But then she decides to call the driver ugly and take it another step further and go, "Oh god, ew, like how old are you? Like why are you making it personal?"
You don't know how to drive. You're ugly. Oh god. Ooh. This is going right to the leasing office.
Who pissed in your cereal this morning, mate? Also, I'm really hoping that the leasing office somehow ended up getting involved. Not entirely sure what they do. Can you evict someone for being a Karen? Hopefully. Coming in at number 5 is parking Karen. This Karen threw a full-ass tantrum when somebody parked their truck a bit too close to her.
I'm putting you on citizen's arrest right now.
Are you serious? For what?
Because look how close you parked.
Okay, I'll move my car.
No, you're not moving your car. We're staying right here till the cops come.
Okay, so I admit I also have gotten very annoyed when people park too close to me as well. It's annoying and it makes it harder to reverse and get out and all that good stuff. But trying to or pretending to put someone under citizen's arrest for it, that's just a bit ridiculous. I mean, I'm dramatic, but this is too much even for me. But I can't help but lol so hard when she's like, no, you're staying right here. Stop filming me. Like, if you can place someone under citizen's arrest for parking 2 feet away from your car, they can record in a public space. Hypocrisy much? Oh, and by the way, another video shows Karen walking freely between the cars. So no, it really wasn't even that close to begin with. You're just dramatic as hell. And number 4 is Doberman Karen. This one's a crowd favorite, and admittedly I saw this video on Central first and I died at it then too. It is one of my favorites.
This man and his Doberman just attacked me and my Chihuahua.
It's not a Doberman.
This Doberman just bit me. Call the police.
I'm sorry, she's not a Doberman.
Anyway, this Karen really just tried to claim that a man and his Doberman attacked her. While she's being recorded, the camera shows that the dog isn't even near her, never even bit her, and more importantly, it's definitely not a Doberman. More like a doodle, maybe? I don't know. I'm not very good with dog breeds, but I know a Doberman when I see one, and that ain't it, chief. She then pretends that the dog bit her by screaming, even though on camera you can see the dog was not near her yet again. Even when she tries to get somebody else involved claiming she was bitten by the Doberman, they just look at her and say, that's not a Doberman. So good job making yourself look as stupid as you are. P.S. Karen, that's not a Doberman.
Coming at number 3, we have Whiny Baby. A dude in some gym is trying to go for a big time lift, which is awesome. You want to see people pushing themselves, but right off the bat you can tell how big this guy is and how much weight he's trying to move, and that it's not gonna work. When he starts the lift, he's lifting incorrectly, and there's so much junk on him, from the tape to the bands to the bodybuilding.com tank top. This guy doesn't know how to gym properly. It's very evident that this guy is trying to prop up his fragile ego by lifting big weight at the gym, and then we get this happening.
There you go. There you go, Matt. There you go, Matt. There you go, Matt.
Yeah, dude, you can't do it. You weren't even close. He even took some smelling salts before that lift. Here's a tip, just lift less weight correctly and you'll get stronger faster. Stop trying to show off in the gym and then scream in the gym like a grown baby.
Moving on to number 2, we have the $16 Karen. So in this TikTok by JessMarie88, we see a Karen coming back into a store to complain. Typical. Apparently she bought a pair of earrings from the store for $16 and they broke in her ear, and so she came back to demand a refund. Number 1, the store looks like it's a cheap souvenir shop. Number 2, the earrings were $16. So what did you honestly expect, Karen? They aren't made out of gold. But you know what? I like to save money as well, and if that was me, I would want to get my $16 back. But here's the thing. The store worker was trying to do that, but for some reason Karen's credit card wouldn't let the refund go through. So the worker was trying to come up with a different way for her to get the money back. But Karen, being a Karen, was scaring her. That's not all. She said that there will be hell to pay if she doesn't get her refund. And she says that she feels violated that the earrings broke in her ear, and now she can't get her money back. Like, just relax, Karen. They aren't stealing your money. You'll get it back.
Give me my card back and give me my $16 back. However you can figure that out, or there's going to be hell to pay. They just took $16 from me and can't put it back on my card. The earring broke in my ear.
I know, you're a customer, but
I'm upset. I'm violated that this broke in my ear and I can't get my $16 back.
And in our number 1 spot, we have Cellphone Karen. This next video was posted on TikTok by Nico Sapilo, who works at a Verizon store. He managed to film his encounter with a terrible customer, aka a Karen. So this video is in 2 parts. In the first part, we learned that Karen wants a new phone, but she didn't like the options the store had. The guy asked her numerous times to leave the store because she was being very loud, but she is insistent on staying. She keeps saying, the mafia won't get what they want, and the mafia won't get what they want unless I leave here with a new phone. Okay, Karen. No clue what that's supposed to mean, but okay. Then in part 2, the argument is at its peak. Karen is screaming at the top of her lungs, calling the worker a devil and cursing them out. No, Karen, you're the one that seems possessed by the devil when you're yelling like that.
Do you want me to call security on you? You're gonna have to, okay, you got it. Stay right here.
I need to buy another phone. If you want anything from me, you'll let me walk out of here with a new phone.
You're gonna have to leave. I'm sorry. Okay.
Where is it?
Next door at the mall. Go.
What the address is on that? You asshole! You devil! You're a asshole!
Coming in at number 10, we have male Karen sets a trap. A Karen and her male Karen husband were walking through a trail in a forest, and they thought even though it's a public trail and anyone can use it, they should be allowed to control who uses the trail. They didn't want people biking through the trail, so they put huge branches all over the trail so people coming through the trail would hit them and go flying off their bikes and possibly die. Yeah, that is a perfectly normal thing to do.
Steaming down there full pelt. You weren't paying any attention to what's going on about it. We had to get out of the way.
So what is that?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Hi.
It doesn't matter what.
Later in the clip, more cyclists show up and they start giving this crazy couple hell because they all could have been seriously injured from this booby trap that they laid out on the trail. This could have led to a ton of people being in the hospital. Coming in at number 9, we have male Karen detains a minor. This male Karen starts holding a kid hostage in a store when he thinks he's filming his kid. The person filming here was just making a Snapchat, so he starts holding this kid against the wall trying to stop him from leaving. And the only reason that this male Karen thinks that someone was trying to film his kid is because his kid was running through the store and knocking things off the shelves and being out of control. You know, if you spent more time keeping your kids under wraps in public, you wouldn't need to worry about him becoming internet famous.
Come on. We're gonna get the police on you, both of you guys.
Call the police, dude. We didn't do anything wrong.
Security.
I will let them
There's
search my
security
phone.
up there.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You're not gonna film my kid. Put him on the internet. You've already admitted you did.
I mean, let's look at this from the other angle. Even if you have someone who's doing something like that, like filming your kid, you can't just grab them and hold them. Even if you think they did that thing, take a picture of them so then you can later show it to the police, and also try and control your kid.
In our 8th spot, we have Car Wash Karen. This next story was posted on Reddit by the user Real King Carrot. So apparently he worked at a car wash where most of the work is done with their own hands, like they just really get down to buff out the dirt and such. So anyways, a Karen comes in to get her car done. A little after she got her car washed, she complained that they had scratched up her car. Here's the thing. Video footage of Karen caught her taking her hairbrush and rubbing it in circles on her car to purposefully make a mark. Yet Karen threatened to call the police if she didn't get a refund. The manager of the store ended up showing her the security footage, which shut Karen completely up. Like, that's insane. What was she hoping to get out of complaining? Like a whole new free car? No, doesn't work that way. Coming in at number 7, we have Holy Mask Karen. So we all know by now that Karens hate wearing masks. It takes away their freedom, blah blah blah. But this next Karen discovered a way in which she can still wear a mask and yet still be comfortable. What she did was cut a hole in her mask. Problem solved, right? Give this woman a Nobel Prize. That way, she technically is still wearing a mask, but it's a lot easier to breathe. Well, this woman was captured on video by Joe Gotti96 on TikTok, and it went viral. But that's not all. This woman ended up returning to the store, demanding to speak to the manager over the video. Don't worry, she was wearing a proper mask this time. She went back and forth arguing with the guy, saying that she has the right to report the video and wants to speak to the manager or the supervisor. After not getting her way, she leaves the store. Well, that'll teach her to never cut holes in her mask again. Seriously, it just defeats the purpose, Karen.
What happened to the hole?
Yeah, I seen this. What gives you the right to record this? I'd like to speak to your manager.
The manager?
Making our way down the list at number 6, we have Yogurtland Karen. In this next video, Karen tries to enter Yogurtland without a mask, but she keeps getting pushed out the door by a man. People claim that the man in the video is her husband, and clearly he is tired of all her Karen nonsense. So he's following proper protocols and wearing a mask, but his wife comes in mask-free trying to start drama. Like, I feel so sorry for the man if that truly is his wife. He just seems so embarrassed. The man pushes his wife out, yelling at her to get out. At one point, Karen stops and screams at another customer, saying that they look stupid with their mask on. No, Karen, you look stupid without a mask on. You're just embarrassing yourself. Stop it. We are now at our 5th with and halfway mark with coughing Karen. Karens are back at it again at another yogurt shop. Seriously, what's with Karens and frozen yogurt? Like, kale smoothies aren't enough for them now? Well, in the video, you see Karen walk over to a woman with a stroller, pull down her mask, and cough several times in the child's face. Apparently, the woman was too close to Karen in line, so she decided to get revenge on her by coughing in her baby's face. First off, I'm shocked that Karen was even wearing a mask. Second, I'm shocked that Karen was taking social distancing seriously. And third, you took that way too far, Karen. Way too far.
Coming in at number 4, we have Old Man Karen. So in this video, we have two people. We have Evan Cardon, who is lifting weight in a very reasonable way. He's lifting some big weight, but his form is great. He's on the deadlift platform. And just a little added tidbit, it's his birthday, and he wanted to hit a big lift for his birthday. That's amazing. Then this random old dude who doesn't work at the gym comes in and stands in the way of his lift and then pushes the weight off the deadlift mats. What the hell is going on here? Now, the reason this old dude went full Karen is because he didn't like the way Evan was chalking up to do his lifts. And instead of just talking to him about it, he decides he's going to pull the big baby approach. The crazy thing about this old dude is he doesn't even work there. He's just some angry old dude who wants justice against the chalk users.
Filling at number 3 slot is Mask Karen. Such a hypocrite. Okay, so this Karen comes to a gas station without a mask and berates a customer and the cashier for also not wearing a mask. I literally will never understand Karen logic.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. You doing okay?
Doing good. So y'all don't wear masks in here? Like, it's not a rule?
Your whole face need a mask.
You yourself are not wearing a mask. How the hell are you shouting at other people for doing the same? This customer did not hesitate to hand it to her though and threw back, your whole face need a mask. That's a good one. I mean, I'll admit, not the best clever clap back, but it seemed to catch her off guard, so 1 point to White Claw customer. We like you. Now at number 2 is Karen's Terry. Love this crossover episode, don't we? Now our second last Karen of today is a great way to end this on a lighter note. Honestly, this is way too funny for my liking. This lady decked out in full Karen attire literally brought her husband to talk to the neighbors for her. She has the Karen haircut, the Karen shoes. It's the whole bring your husband to fight your battles for me, honey. But then, after telling the wife to take a breather, the husband literally leans in and starts begging the people to let him have this win, or else he's gonna be eating shit for the rest of his life.
Did you guys just my wife?
No, we didn't.
Did you?
I bet you're a Karen, aren't you?
If you don't give me this win, I'm gonna eat cereal for the rest of my life.
Imagine being a Karen and thinking your battles are being fought for you, but then your husband is basically like, please, she's crazy, just let me have this one. I'm this close to a mental breakdown, and I haven't slept a full night's sleep since we got married. Please. And finally, at number 1 is Staircase Karen. How can we have a list without her? You know, the one who went on a massively and stupid rant all because a girl was trying to exercise on the staircase.
What did I do? Because you are look at the whole stairs to yourself. You had these Why don't you go somewhere else where you can go to a gym? This is not just for you.
This parent was apparently known for going on rants and even assaulting another person of color, and then, drum roll please, she did get arrested, as she should have been. I just don't understand how Karens think they have the right to any space and that they somehow have the authority or right to dictate who else gets to be in that space. Like, newsflash, who the hell are you? I step on little shits like you for breakfast, bro. Come at me.
Starting off this countdown, we have the Walmart vest Karen. This video was posted on TikTok by Wildcard World. Now, he doesn't give too much detail about the video, but this is basically what I can gather. A Karen waiting in line to get into Walmart alerts the store's employees because the guy filming is wearing a blue vest. A vest that looks like the ones Walmart employees wear. I mean, here in Canada, the vests that Walmart employees wear look way different than that. Also, I should mention that in 2019, Walmart upgraded their staff vests. Either way, I don't actually think that it's a vest from Walmart. But there you have Karen complaining that the vest he's wearing is Walmart property. Okay, so if I wear my Nike shoes into the Nike store, will I have to give them back because it's Nike's property? Like, come on, Karen, that makes no sense.
It's from Chicago.
Well, it's still Walmart property.
They're trying to take my vest. This is my vest from Chicago.
Thank you.
Walmart property.
No, it's my property. It's my property.
In our ninth spot, we have attack dog Karen. Okay, this next video of Karen is absolutely hilarious, even if it is staged. This video was posted on TikTok by Why Not Moo. In the video, a Karen is out walking her dog when she says that the guy's Doberman attacked her and her little Chihuahua. Funniest part? His dog isn't even a Doberman. He's like this fluffy looking, completely harmless dog. Knowing that she's being filmed, Karen then fakes being injured. She's like, oh my god, it bit me. Somebody help, call the police. Meanwhile, the guy's filming and like you can see nothing's attacking her. So she just looks dumb. Meanwhile, her dog is fed up with her and is like trying to get away from her. Her dog's literally like, come on Karen, you've done this enough this week. Just let me go on a walk in peace.
Recording me now? Hey, internet! This man and his Doberman just attacked me and my Chihuahua.
It's not a Doberman. What are you doing?
Help! He just bit me!
No, he didn't.
Help! Police! Someone call the police! Help!
Moving on to number 8, we have the complaining Karen, aka all Karens, but. So the TikTok user C6_Zach was driving down Karen's road when she stopped them. They then get into an argument for reasons we are unsure of until the end of the video. The guy is just fed up with her and keeps saying, okay Karen, okay. She then goes, this is literally what she sounds like. My name's not Karen. Get that straight. No, I didn't do it. Hold on. I listened to her. My name is not Karen. Get that straight. Literally sounds exactly like that. She then proceeds to yell out his license plate number. Then in the next section of the TikTok, we see him get pulled over by 3 cops. Wanna know why? This whole argument started because his car was too loud. No, he wasn't blasting music. The car itself was making too much noise. Damn Karen, why don't you go talk to the manager over at Toyota, see what they can do for you.
What are you gonna do, Karen?
That's not my name, so get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen? Go ahead, get my tag.
Go.
Get my tag, Karen.
My name is not Karen, so get my name straight.
Get my tag, it's okay.
Hey. Sir, there's an officer.
All because my car is loud. 3 cop cars.
Coming at number 7, we have fight over a bench. One of the most precious resources in the gym are the benches. Everyone wants one and there's usually not enough to go around, especially if you're going during peak hours. And these 2 dudes get into it over a bench.
What are you gonna do? I'll let you hit me in my face so many times.
World star.
The guy on the left said he's going to kick him in the back of the head. I don't think that's going to happen though. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I don't think this guy has the flexibility to pull that off. Coming in at number 6, we have the reasonable freakout. I don't think I can call this next dude a male Karen because his freakout is totally reasonable. Let's get into the clip and then we can break it down from there.
Whoa, man. I'm just doing fundraisers, bro.
Yeah, this stupid idiot in the gym thought it would be funny to pull a weight off a guy's bar as he was lifting because he wanted to make a prank video. Now, I know I have already said this, but do not do this. You can seriously hurt someone if you do this. If you want to make some prank video, dress up as a clown and stand in a park with a machete or something. So this guy who freaks out is very justified, and he should have probably slapped that guy around a little bit for doing that. I think in gym law, that's completely legal. Coming in at number 5, we have gym chaos. A couple of male Karens are having an argument in a gym. It seems like it could have been somewhat civil, and it also seems like it shouldn't be going on this long. Then things get a little more heated and someone else gets involved. Then a couple more people get involved, and then the whole thing looks like this.
In our 4th spot, we have yard sale Karen. I swear, in their free time, Karens like to wander around their neighborhood and call the cops on anyone that they can. So this next Karen, or Permit Patty, threatens a couple for holding a yard sale. She goes around in her capris taking photos of the couple and their yard sale, and says that she's going to call the cops on them. Her reasoning? Well, she says, "This is my neighborhood. You cannot come over here and sell things." She concludes saying that she's going to go to her city council to report them. The couple responds saying that they already talked to the city council and that's how they got their license from them, allowing them to sell their items there. Karen gets angrier and can be heard repeatedly saying, "This is my neighborhood," before she stomps off to her car.
And I pay my taxes. So I know I ain't doing nothing wrong. They already came.
Get away from here before we call you.
cannot
come over here.
Yeah,
Get away from here. Get away from here.
They were already here.
Okay,
but
goodbye.
please call them.
Please do. Don't go by her car.
Moving on to number 3, we have law enforcement Karen. Karen is back at it again, calling the cops for no apparent reason. This time, Karen called the cops on a 15-year-old street performer in the UK. She was out there singing and playing the piano so beautifully, but Karen wanted to ruin the fun. Her voice is honestly beautiful. Karen was just probably jealous of it. She's like, "Oh man, I wish I could sing like that." But here's the thing. When she calls the police, she asks for a specific cop. She says she knows that he's working there now and wants him to be sent over. Like, what? She's probably called the cops so many times that she knows the entire police force by first and last name. Yikes.
Good friends we've had. I know Neil Evans on your team. If Neil's on, call him over. I can't sing.
Coming in at number 2, we have male Karen wants ID. A male Karen stops a truck in his neighborhood because he said he heard a loud noise. The dudes in the truck start filming him because he blocks their way, and then he starts talking to them about how he wanted to see identification.
No, I was asking for identification. Real? Now you're asking for identification. But who are you though? Are you the police? I'm not. So why do I have to identify myself to you?
I don't know if this guy knows how the world works, but you don't have to present ID to every person who asks you what you're doing when you're working. Do you know how much longer that would make your work day? Especially when you're not a cop. You didn't hire these people, dude. You're not paying them, so the last person they have to answer to is some rando who comes up to them in the street. I think they're just going to keep working and ignore Mr. Blockwatch. And coming in at number 1, we have Douglas Levison, aka the trumpet fight guy. This is maybe the most famous male Karen of all time. This guy goes up to a random guy playing the trumpet outside and starts screaming at him while threatening to swing his bag of what looks like garbage at him. There is so much strange about this video. The guy is so strange looking and he goes on forever about how much he hates this guy for playing the trumpet. The video is like 3 minutes long and it's just David going on and on and on and on about how much he hates this guy. He's literally so mad.
Maybe everybody else wants to enjoy the peace and quiet. This is one of the most important places in all of North America. Who are you? Who are you? You miserable, presumptuous, no talent.